So BTC just had a massive move here, and it's just hit a little rejection zone. So things are definitely getting interesting. Have things suddenly turned a little bit more bullish than yesterday? Well, we're going to take a deep look into this now. I've got a couple of altcoins that we might have some longs on now on this retest that we're going to get shortly. So we've got so much to talk about today, guys. Let's get right into this. And of course, it's Friday. And if you are enjoying the content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the bell. You know the man. He's here. He's bullish. Well, he's actually just turned bearish. Ray, we got to deal with a trade quickly. Let's deal with this. So we were long yesterday on BTC. We caught that. We caught the short. Then we caught the long. Yes, 2 in a row. Let's go. Now we've just hit the short zone. But I've missed this by about 5 minutes. I wanted to close it at the top and short it with you guys. But I'm going to take profits here. So I've already clipped off 0.25 BTC. I'm going to sell another 0.25 BTC. Just want to bank some profits here in the current situation. So nice little move there, you know, little short yesterday, little pump today, and things are looking good out there. We can trade these little moves all day long. Okay, let's get into the source. Right, Banter Bubbles. Ray looks like it's a Friday smoke there. What's going on there? Banter Bubbles looking hot. Naturally, this is not for Ray's eyes because naturally Bonk is pumping 11%. Brett is up 7%.
I looked at Bonk today, though. I did look at it.
Well, Bonk's about to melt faces. We're going to deal with that shortly. So the meme coins are cooking once again. 𝗪𝗡𝗓 is back in business. We caught a Sniper Club 𝗪𝗡𝗓 trade earlier today, live on our live Zoom session. I also used it for my BitFunded challenge. And now I've passed the BitFunded challenge 1. We are now going to move on to the next one. So I'm going to take you through that one shortly. But overall, look at PopCat. Also had a little scalper there. Just closed that. I think we're going to get a retest on that. So there's a lot happening here. Let's just deal with BTC right now. And this is us on the 1 hour. And you can see the current situation now. So let's just draw a pretty picture here just to give you guys exactly what has been going on. So things were looking pretty bearish yesterday. We had that bearish divergence on the 4 hour. Then we had head and shoulders playing out. And we settled into our little support zone. That is where we closed our short yesterday on this nice little band here in the 63K region. Now, what has happened since then? And I mean, the market's been a little bit spicy. You know, there's a little bit undecided. There are a lot of people waiting for lower. But you can see what's going on here. On the 1 hour, we've just had an amazing trend break on BTC. And we've plowed through a couple of resistance bands. Number one, this massive right shoulder here. So this is potentially now invalidating this bearish head and shoulders. So all we need to do, it's as simple as this, is try and hold 64,800. So let's watch this little pullback here. Okay, we can see this is a bearish zone. These are the highs. So let's hold this little pullback at the moment, looking for 64,800. If we can hold that area, then we should be on track for a couple of nice little areas here. 66,450. And then a little bit higher up, I've got 67,300. These are areas of interest to me if we do get some legs here. But we got a big level to break. And we need to pop these highs here, 65,800. So that's the big one, 65,800. Let's clear these highs. Ideally, perfect world, let's hold 64,800 here on the 1 hour time frame. Then we can get a nice bounce. If they do want to stretch us a little bit lower, look at the 64,200. This also looks pretty nice here. 64,200. We've got horizontals, we've got trend, we've got the 100-day moving average. So 64,200 also a nice little reaction area here for you guys. So these are the parameters. This is what you're working on this weekend. Let's see how this goes. And naturally, we don't want to lose the lows from yesterday. Then things are dark, things are bad. These trades we're looking at now, they're not going to be working then. And so let's make sure these areas hold. Let's make sure our altcoins hold these retests now. And then get a little bit spicy. So let's just jump quickly into some of the things happening. I had to bring this out. 𝗕𝗢𝗕𝗥 is back in the game. 440% bounce off the lows. Looking good. Go watch 𝗕𝗢𝗕𝗏𝗏's content. This is a meme coin with a hell of a spin to it. And they're dropping great content here.
And the party appears to be held together by a sense of unshakable oneness.
Watch this at your leisure. 𝗕𝗢𝗕𝗏𝗏, 400% up. We're back in the game. This thing is moving off major support. So that's good to see. Then what is interesting to me, I posted this on Twitter earlier today. Follow me at the Lord of Entry on Twitter. Demand from retail investors for Bitcoin has hit a 3-year low. Okay, so this means you guys are watching the show. You've got an edge. Okay, remember, when these guys come back, and they start buying, they're going to be buying when there's green candles everywhere. They're going to be coming when you guys are at TP3, TP4, TP5. These guys are going to be coming in. You are early. You are watching this now. You have an edge over all these guys. This is your exit liquidity. And these guys are, they've hit a 3-year low. Okay, so just remember this. We'll keep an eye on this chart. When this thing starts increasing with retail interest, you know things are getting hot. We're going to get these pumpermentals. Things are going to start ripping everywhere. Make sure we benefit from that because you guys are early. Make sure you were disciplined. You watch these shows. You stayed involved all the time when everyone else wasn't interested. That's going to be your moment to really shine. You're going to take profits when these guys come piling back in. Now, Bitcoin archive, rumors growing that Trump will announce a Bitcoin strategic reserve policy for the US next week. Okay, he's looking quite serious here with his BTC in the background. God, I love this man's hair. It's beautiful. I'm so jealous because I don't have hair. Looking great. And that is obviously bullish. And then I just quoted a few little words from, Uncle Trump here today. He says, China is into it. It's not going away. We will ensure the future of Bitcoin and crypto will be made in America. I don't want to be responsible for another country taking over the sphere. Okay, sounds bullish. Not gonna lie. Sounds bullish to me. Sounds bullish to me. Right? Do you agree? Is that bullish enough to warrant the bullhorn? Bullish. Okay, what else have we got? So you guys would know Microsoft Windows went down. So there's this whole story going on. If you've woken up in America now and you're wondering why your Windows isn't working, all this types of shit, there was a massive meltdown here. And this business, where's the name of this thing? I've got the chart. Anyway, this thing has now fallen over from CrowdStrike. Okay, CrowdStrike. And everything's fallen over. It's caused massive problems here. So read about it. I mean, banks, airlines, media outlets, everybody is having a problem with Microsoft at the moment. And look at what happened to their share price. I mean, this thing absolutely gapped down. Okay, so those of you trading stocks and things like that, you're watching me trading crypto. You're watching me trading the 50-day moving average, the 100-day moving average, the 200-day. I never stop going on about how these things work. Look at this 200-day MA for CrowdStrike here. Bang on the 200-day MA. Look at this bounce off that. I mean, sometimes this is all you need in your life. A 200-day MA, maybe a 618 fib, something along those lines, and you get these beautiful reactions. So CrowdStrike traders, you were saved by the 200-day MA. Massive bounce there, 289. So that is going to be your support naturally with these type of events. If they sort out their problem, everything goes away. This thing pumps back up to the perceived value. So I would see this thing recovering relatively quickly as soon as they announce whatever they've done to sort that situation out. But S&P, and I mean, the two opposites here. We had Bitcoin absolutely ripping on the 1 hour. Let's see if that's going to hold. But S&P slowly bleeding down into our zone. We're waiting patiently on Prime XBT. We're going to take this long in this region here, 5,480, waiting for this area. So let's see if maybe we get that today even, if we can just get this move into the zone. And I would expect some kind of bounce here on the S&P, and very simple, invalidation. And we have our easy next level there is going to be that 618 region that I'm watching closely there, 5,370. So right now, 5,400, that's in play for me. 5,440, somewhere in that region. Looks like we're going to get our long there on Prime XBT. So that could be fun. And then let's reset this liquidation map. Let's just see exactly where we are, because just now we were rinsing the bears. And let's see, maybe some of the bulls are going to get rinsed now. Okay, so you've seen a lot of these shorts have been taken out, and the longs now are far outweighing the shorts. Makes sense to maybe send this thing a little bit lower. I'm watching here. If you take a look at this chart, there's a little gap at 64,700. That's an interesting zone for me. Maybe a little push into that area, and then dark and deadly all the way down. You guys know the deal. 60K. We're going to deal with this on the daily chart shortly, and then upside, nice little gap at around 67. Okay, so if they want to have one more crack up there, somewhere around 67 could be an area. Let's see. Maybe they're going to send us, Ray. Maybe they're going to send us higher. Look at this little bit of a pump candle here on BTC. And I think that a nice little strategy here could be, if you're sitting in BTC longs, let's see if we can crack this high. If we start popping this high, and maybe then it's an opportunity just to start adding again and just getting a little bit of extra juice in here, because maybe then we get some kind of squeeze out of BTC. So just watching 66. Let's watch that 66. I'm sure there's tons of bears coming in.
Look for weakness and look for strength. Look for both, and then play on.
There you go. The 3-minute man, hey? Just in trading, though, I believe he's a more like a 1 hour man in other aspects of his life.
I mean, at least 33 minutes, at least.
BTC on the daily, and and what are we looking at? What can we see? So very simply for me, big level you want to watch on the daily, 63K. Nice horizontal zone you want to watch here, 67K. Okay, look at that. That's a beautiful horizontal area for me. That would make sense to me to come and push into that region. That actually ties in very nicely with that liquidation map if they want to come and just push into the zone. Oh, Ray, there's a short for you. Potentially there, 67K. Looks like it could be a little bit of fun for us. And then lower down, no real changes here, 60K. Okay, look at that, 200-day MA, slowly grinding higher into our big zone here, 60K. So daily traders, daily candle guys, that's really all you need to be concerned about. And that is that. Okay, and Benjamin Cowan, the general bear, but I mean, he's just giving, decent insights here. He says the battle continues. Bitcoin needs to close this week around 65,500 to reclaim the 20-week SMA. Okay, that would be pretty substantial. Okay, so 65,500, that is pretty much, well, that's right where we are right now. Okay, so let's push this thing higher. Let's see how we go this weekend. Maybe we get a close on Sunday above that 65.5, and let's see, then maybe we have a wild week coming ahead. Here's dominance that we always want to watch very closely. And remember the rule. You want to see dominance pumping up with Bitcoin strength. That's lovely. And then you want to see it rejecting when BTC starts consolidating or just cooling down. That is what you want to see for these altcoins. So pushing into a rejection band here for us, 55.4, nice little area here for me. If we can get a little rejection here, I think these altcoins then start sending for round 2. So we're going to watch that one closely. Here's the big dog, ETH. Is my plan playing out? So yesterday I gave you my plan for the ETH ETF trade. Now we know this is coming early next week. We've got the ETF going live. I said to you, my plan for the ETH ETF was a pullback onto this region here, this 100-day MA. We've got that. So that box is ticked. So stage 1 is in play. We've got our bang onto the 100-day MA. Now phase 2, we need to crack this massive resistance zone. And maybe we can ping 3,530 somewhere in that area for me. That is going to be our trigger for the ETF trade for me. And then, well, naturally, this thing could obviously pump a little bit higher. But my strategy here is pump ETH into the ETF day. Then most likely we're going to be selling that thing. If there are big green candles on the day, I would expect some kind of reversal once that thing goes live or shortly after it goes live. And that is my strategy at least. So there's going to be potential shorts available at high impact zones. Okay, so you want to identify a couple. First one for me is going to be 3,730. Maybe we're going to get a little for that region. That could offer you something. Alternatively, if we do get some kind of monster candle here out of ETH, you're typically just going to look for a fake out above these highs. And maybe that is going to give us our little opportunity there. But for me, both of these areas, if we ping these zones, I'm out of my longs on ETH. I'm going to be out of my longs on a ton of other tokens if we start hitting this region into this ETF situation. And at some point, we get the cool off, and then we'll see how that plays out. But that is essentially my plan. So 3,730, looking at 3,950. So step 1, let's break major resistance. What is major resistance? 3,480. Let's break this massive area here. We know what's in our way. It's the 50-day MA. It's trend. It's horizontal. We've even got a monthly pivot from 𝗥𝗚𝗚𝗛𝗚 here in front of us. Look at this monthly pivot here, blocking this whole situation here on ETH. So there's a lot in the way here, and it would be a huge move, but a nice little big squeeze there on ETH if we do blow that level. So that is what I'm looking for. Key supports for the weekend, 3,330. That is where I've locked my eyes on. Okay, let's talk BitFunded quickly. Now, I introduced BitFunded to you guys about a week ago, and essentially it's basically leverage trading, but with other people's money. So it's a very simple process. You sign up to BitFunded. There's a link in the description. You pay your fee. It's $49 for a $5,000 trading account or $99 for a $10,000 trading account. What you need to do is pass 2 challenges. Challenge 1, 8%. Challenge 2, 5%. Once you pass that, they give you real money that you can trade with. And that is your entry fee, your $49 or your $99. I'm still busy with challenge 1, which I have now successfully completed today with an 𝗪𝗡 long that we took on a Sniper Club Live. So here's the situation with 𝗪𝗡. I'm just going to explain the trade to you guys and what is happening now currently with 𝗪𝗡. So nice little pullback. You've seen typically a lot of these altcoins, they've pulled back onto corresponding altcoins, corresponding alt supports. And here we are, 29.5 at the moment. You can see this was a nice little bottom for this potential move. So that was an idea for me this morning to take a closer look at 𝗪𝗓 when we saw it recovering quite nicely. And it was as simple as trading a trend break on this move. So we saw that it started bottoming out, and essentially what you're going to do, and I'm going to give you a couple of examples today, because I think we're going to have some of these tokens getting ready to retest these trends and do these types of things. So I suspect we're going to have a couple of breakout trades here for today. And yeah, simple as this, little breakout, you bang your stop under that breakout candle, or alternatively you pick a couple of lows there that you bang your stop out, and then you leave the rest in the bull's hands and the crypto god's hands, and you send that thing. And that is what we did with 𝗪𝗓. And you can see here we are. I've now closed half of my 𝗪𝗓 trade, but I've actually passed the challenge. So I'm going to close the entire trade now. Close all. Okay, there we go. So this is BitFunded. They give you the demo account. You got to show them that you can trade. So now phase 1 is now complete for me. Now they're going to give me phase 2. I need to crack 5%, and we just need to reset this thing. But you can see now I've passed. They're giving you a chart there. I've passed my profit target. Stage 1 is now complete. I just need to reset this. So now I'm going on to stage 2. So it's as simple as that. Just jump into the link in the description. If you are interested in something like this, jump into the link in the description. They are sitting there 5th from the top, and sign up with the link, and then click on the link underneath where it says BitFunded Dylan. That is going to give you the access to this challenge that we are talking about currently. So have a crack at that. And I'll keep you posted. My next BitFunded trade, I'll obviously keep you guys posted. We want to pass this thing together and start trading with other people's money as soon as possible. So looking forward to that playing out. Oh, here's the 𝗪𝗓 trading. Okay, there it goes, ripping. Ray, what were you going to say there, sir?
I was, first of all, the likes, and secondly, can we get a poll going if it's going to be a buy the news or sell the news event next week?
Let's bang out a poll. Well, I mean, for me, it's a sell the event all day long. Let's open a poll here for you guys. Just give me 1 sec. So ETH ETF. Do we sell the news?
All of the news next week.
Sell the
We
event.
also have the big Bitcoin conference with Trump speaking. Just all of the news in general. Will it be sell the news or buy the news next week?
Okay, let's see. Guys, I'm gonna be in Nashville. See you guys there. We're gonna be cruising in Nashville. Come and hang out with us. Buy the news. Let's see. Okay, I'm dropping this poll now in the chats for you. Let me know. Should be there. Okay, yeah, let us know. Fill out the poll. Answer the deep questions there. Right, let's talk ETH. Okay, I mean, let's talk Solana. Okay, now how's this? We've noticed recently Sol has been responding to the ETF on ETH news. Okay, so Solana's like picking up. We're seeing the meme coins and things like that starting to move. Okay, so Sol seems to like that current situation. And this was my first setup that I had for you guys. Now, this thing is absolutely bolted without us. Okay, so off he goes, off you go. And now he's absolutely sending. So what I can do for you now is just give you the big zone that we want to make sure that we have support on. So I was also a bit of a late bloomer here on Sol, and this thing started running without us. So 162 is your big area now. That is the one you're watching this weekend. So any dips that you get on Sol, 162 is going to be your base now. That is what you want to see hold. This is a typical break of a horizontal. You're looking for this area to hold. If they send it back, you want to see that 162 hold. The same way we had this break and retest in this region, we want to see the same thing now with Solana. So 162, let's watch that region as key support here for us. And if Sol's going to keep churning now this weekend, you just want to make sure you are smart in your right zones, okay? Area number 1, 175. Look for a reaction there. Look for a take profit in that region. Area number 2, 188, okay? So be careful at these zones. If you are longing Sol, 175, 188, okay? And off she goes. And I see Bruce is in the chat. He must be quite satisfied with Sol at the moment. Who else is here? I see Daniel likes the show. Daniel, nice. Hopefully Dan hit the like button there. And let's see what else we got going on. Bruce is in the chat saying likes for Sol. He just loves Sol. And Diesel, I've got stacks for you. Okay, stacks is broken trend. I'm in a stacks long, and we're going to add if we get a little retest there. So that is cooking. I'm going to show you guys that in 1 minute. What else have we got? Shaman says next week should be intense with all the good news. Yes, guys. I mean, there's so much going on at the moment in the market, and Ray is absolutely right. We've also got Trump at the Bitcoin conference. That is going to pump the shit out of a couple of things. Let's watch out with ETH. So, it's any bets are on right now with the ETH game plan, but you know what I'm going for. You know what I'm looking at the moment. Okay, when Sol is pumping, what do? Okay, Whiff, Bonk, Ponky, Popcat, Jupe, Radium. Okay, you know the deal. You go Sol ecosystem with a lean towards meme coins. Okay, first one you're looking at here is Whiff. And you can see what we've done. Whiff is now potentially squeezing through this horizontal band. So we're going to look at this one closely now. And this is the typical setup that I like to see on these altcoins. They start pushing up. We get a tight little squeeze into these areas here. And now we've got a nice little pop through this region. I see Uncle's here. He's coming to visit us. Wait, let me get the screen right.
I don't know how you,
there we go. Welcome.
You always get to do the shows into the pump, bro. You always get to do all the shows into the pump.
It's absolutely ripping. We're cooking.
Go into Banter Bubble. Let's see Banter Bubbles.
It's the meme coin. It's always the meme coin. Bonk.
𝗪𝗡𝗡.
Brett. 𝗪𝗡𝗡 is good. We had 𝗪𝗡𝗡 long earlier.
Solana breakout.
Good.
Breakout of a long-term trend, sir.
We got it.
Yeah, you got the breakout of the trend, bro.
We good.
Now all the Solana coins. Jupiter, Drift.
Guys, what did I just say?
Jupiter.
Bonk, Whiff,
Jupiter.
Popcat.
No.
I closed my Jupe long yesterday.
You guys are full.
You guys know the drill. You know the drill. You got the list. Okay, let's go. Let's look at the next one. What else have we got? No, let's finish Whiff. Okay, Okay, so Whiff support here, 2.45. Okay, if you want to play in these meme coins and Sol's going to start ripping, Whiff looks like an obvious game plan here for me. So what you're looking for here, you just want to see this 2.45 that can hold for you. And as long as we're holding this rising trend, we are good. Okay, so you want to hold that rising trend. This is the 1 hour chart that I'm looking at the moment. So typically what happens here, you might get some kind of turnover here. You just want to make sure it holds this trend. Okay, that is ideally what you want to see. If you lose this trend, that long is going to be invalidated. It turns bearish and it starts going south. Okay, so there's your potential entry on Whiff. Big support here, 2.45. Okay, watch 2.45 as your big support zone. And let's just zoom out a little touch here. We want to just identify a couple of areas on Whiff as to where this thing can go. So we just bang out higher time frame. Okay, we start looking at 12 hour and we just want to see, is our next level? What is a potential target here for us for Whiff? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to identify a couple of horizontals. First one, 2.64. Next one, look at this. This is a great area, 2.91. Okay, so these are a couple of areas that you could target now. If things turn super bullish on Whiff, 2.91, 2.64, and your key support, 2.45. Now remember, simple game plan here. If you lose this trend, then you can jump out of this thing. Okay, because then it's potentially turning a little bit bearish here and wants to go south. So just trade safe. You've got your targets here. They're right here in front of you. And just notable, look at this 100-day MA. It's tied in with this 2.64 region. So just watching that, but nice little support there. Remember, ladder in on weakness, know when to exit, okay? Always know when to exit. Candle close under a big horizontal or candle close under a nice trend, something like that is normally an indication that things could go against you. So then you don't really want to be sticking around too long. Okay, Bonk, woo! And here we go. So Bonk, this is big stuff now for Bonk. This is Bonk on the daily, breaking into a massive new area here. So this is going to be a big move coming. I would suggest, what I would say, we're looking at 22% here on Bonk, 52% to the highs. But what I like about this thing right now, it's just cracked this horizontal here, okay? So here's a nice big horizontal. This was resistance to us, resistance. Now we rejected here. Now we are pushing higher. So the first thing you want to do is make sure you're watching 0.287. Okay, that is going to be a support that you want to be watching now. If you want an entrance ticket into this next level here, 0.287. Watch that area as support. Bonk could give you a little bit of action here. Let's see if we've got a zoomed in chart here. Let's just take a look at the 15 minutes. Okay, so what you want to do when these things are flying, ideally, is not try and chase too many big candles. Okay, so you do need to now, if you're jumping in now, you run the risk of this thing reversing on these candles. But what you can do is look at individual candles as well, and you can see what's going on here. We've cracked through a nice big horizontal band here on Bonk. So what you can watch here, intermediate support, 2945. 2945. Watch that area there. That is your short-term support. So we've cracked that high. What you want to see is that high now hold. Okay, if it does turn over, you do have a bigger zone, slightly lower down at this 2850 level. 2850. So both of these are support zones that should hold for you. Now, don't ape in 50x leverage on a meme coin like Bonk because it can reverse just as quickly as it can pump. What I would suggest here is try build a position. Okay, these meme coins, you go slowly. Okay, you build this position slowly here because remember, these pullbacks are quite strong. Okay, so look out. So you can start laddering in here, understand where your big supports are, 2930, 2850. Watch those key support levels. If this thing plays out and it stays bullish, Bonk is going up to this next region here. You can see this is massive for Bonk. So we're looking for a big move here. Okay, you know what to do. You know what to do.
Wow.
Just be safe. Just be safe.
That's
What's
a
that,
move.
Ray?
That's a move.
It's going. If Sol goes to 180, Bonk's flying, Whiff's flying, Ponky, Popcat, Jupe, all these things are
But
going
that
to be
means
cooking.
BTC 69. BTC got to go to 69 then.
Easy. Let's see if we're going to get our squeeze here. We might get our squeeze here. Okay, so Whiff you got. Bonk you got. You know what to do. Ponky. Okay, here's a nice test here. So like this area now, this is Ponky on the 1 hour. We gone full degen here today because it's Friday. Okay, watch this region very closely. For me, this is your zone. 0.656 Ponky traders. Here's your vibe for you right here. Let's confirm that we get the support in play. Okay, that is what you're going to be watching. So you got your rising trend, just like you've seen with Whiff. You've got a nice set of horizontals here. You can have about a 2% stop there. If you start losing that trend, most likely this thing is going south. Okay, so eyes on Sol, eyes on BTC, but I like what I see here. So anything like this for me, bang into that area, and then we're going long on Ponky. So watching 0.656. Watch that region very closely. Horizontal, tied in with 382, tied in with trend. It's the 1 hour, but there's a ton of confluence here for you guys. So it could be a nice little mover there. And here's Popcat. Okay, so I closed this Popcat scalp long. Actually, DJ and David scared me. He sent me the resistance on Popcat, and then I saw Bitcoin falling over there. So I closed this thing at the 618, but I've been trading this one in Zoomex at the moment, and now what we can do is wait for this. Oh yeah, we're going to wait for this retest now, and let's just dial in. This is Popcat on the 4 hour, and what do we got here? Big horizontals. You can see, look at this thing, pinged the 382.71. Look at that, 382 and horizontal coming into play here for us on Popcat. Now what we want to do, we just want to dial in here. We want to look at this thing on the 1 hour, and we want to try and see where is our retest zone. Where can we get our next buy in here for Popcat? Let's just get this thing live. Okay, so this thing hit a 618. That's a typical reaction zone. Now, remember, on the bigger time frames, these 618s are much stronger. On the smaller time frames, they do obviously naturally do their things for you. And you can see why this would be a typical reaction zone, why this was an area of interest for me to close that long. So here is your horizontal resistance, and here's your 618. So now you're typically just looking for your retest. Okay, but a great start here. So we've broken trend. Let's look at our two bullish zones here. 382.
Look at that.
Okay,
it's squeezing. It's squeezing.
Are we adding to BTC here? Let's go. Okay, let's see if we can catch the squeeze here. Okay, guys, this is a Hail Mary pass here. This is a Hail Mary pass here. Okay, we're actually literally trying to catch a squeeze here. Okay, this is like high risk shit what we're doing, yeah?
No, it's getting weak. Hold on.
If this doesn't work, we're going to get rinsed out.
Right, might have to go short.
No, right. We want to catch a squeeze, bro. Okay, you can see I'm raising my stop here. Okay, Ray, keep us posted on those 3 minutes, bro. If this thing starts losing this candle, I'm going to exit, okay? Let's look here. Okay, we're trying to catch a squeeze. This is like degen fishing here at the moment. Okay, let's go. Okay, Ponky, you got. Okay, Popcat. Looking for 382. So we're just looking for this little retest now. 382, that is what we want. That is going to be our bullish move here. 0.79. Okay, 0.79. Watch that area. If you are filthy and you're trying to trade this thing right now, watch this previous candle low. 8280. Okay, wouldn't recommend that at all. Okay, 8240. Okay, 8240, you can use that. Okay, 8240. Alternatively, for me, grandpa trading 382. Okay, 0.7980. Okay, watch that, 0.7980. Higher risk play, 0.824 as support that you can play with. Naturally, if this thing starts flying, it's not going to wait. It's not going to wait for a 382. But watch that key levels here. Okay, guys. Let's see what I've got here left in Zoomex. Okay, I've got Stacks and I've got 𝗬𝗬𝗕𝗓. This is 𝗬𝗬𝗕𝗓 from yesterday, and nothing really changed. I just let this one keep running here at the moment. And Stacks is a new one. So Stacks is a potential trade here for us right now. And here we go. So Stacks on the 1 hour. You can see what's happened here. Very simple game plan. So this is what you guys need to look for when you get these bullish moves out of Bitcoin. Bitcoin breaks a trend, things like that. What do? You bang out your trend line and you watch that breakout candle. And immediately what you can do is bang your stop under the breakout candle. Look at that nice little breakout candle there. And that protects you as much as possible. So that now current support 1.8 for Stacks. And then we do have the lows. Okay, we have the absolute lows from earlier today, 1.77. Okay, these are your potential exit zones. These are your potential invalidation zones. Okay, so we're looking for that. And then on the 1 hour, what do you want to do? Look for big support. Look at your 382. Look how nice this is. Okay, even on the 1 hour, you've got your horizontals at 1.84. So for me, that is key support now on Stacks. If it stays bullish, you most likely get this bounce, 1.843. Okay, so let's see how we are going here. My average entry, 1.83, basically. So it's 1.83, so I'm a little bit lower. And but still not a bad area here. If this market's going to stay bullish, you've got your support levels that you want to be watching. 1.84, 1.847, 1.82. Okay, watch those areas. And you can see under the breakout candle, just a simple strategy here for you guys. And remember, we're trying to get tickets into the next area, into the next horizontal level. And you really need to dial in a little bit and make sure you catch those breakouts, and then just limit your risk as much as possible. Like another nice factor for me on Stacks is naturally the 50-day MA. That's also holding things up a little bit for us. Ray, are we going up yet? Oh no, this is a problem, bro. I wanted this thing to go. We're supposed to print a $2,000 candle here, Ray. You got me all excited.
I told you the rejection or push through. Let's see.
This is not a good look. This is not a good look.
It's not a good look.
Keep me posted, please, sir. Okay, 𝗬𝗬𝗕𝗓 is now moving into our next big zone. So 𝗬𝗬𝗕𝗓 is looking very bullish, just like you've seen Bonk. 𝗬𝗬𝗕𝗓 has been now, we got that ticket yesterday. Okay, so yesterday was that scalper play into the next big level. And that is what I was looking for on 𝗬𝗬𝗕𝗓 yesterday. So now we've got that scalper play. The 15-minute candles, it broke out. It's finally doing its thing now into the next zone. So 𝗬𝗬𝗕𝗓, for me, big support here. We're going to be watching here, 336. So for me, you can have a go at this thing. Let's just clean this up quickly. Okay, I would say watch out this 100-day MA. So we should get some kind of rejection here, some kind of weakness here, looking for that. So for me, 335. Okay, 335. 330. Okay, for me, 335, 330 would be a nice deep support here for you guys that you can work with on 𝗬𝗬𝗕𝗓, and a couple of targets that we can look at if this thing does start popping here for us. 435. 491. Okay, so that is what I would be watching now. So what are we looking for? We've seen 𝗬𝗬𝗕𝗓 broken into a new massive zone. Okay, this was previously support. We've lost it. Now we want to see it reclaim. Okay, so pushing into that 100-day MA. Let's watch that. Okay, that's a nice little area there, around about 370 that you're looking at. So a little reaction in that region, I would expect. Let's see what happens there. And then any pullbacks. Okay, if you're long or you're looking for longs, any pullbacks, you want to see this 330. What was I saying? Yeah, 335. Okay, you want to see that 335 level hold, ideally. Okay, in a perfect world. And then what you're going to do is you're going to drag your fibs a little bit higher up, and you're just going to track these higher up. Okay, so as you get the new high, you just start raising your fibs a little bit, just to give you some added confluence there on some of these supports. So let's see where this move ends. And again, eyes on BTC. Now, if BTC does a horrible rejection here, guys, a lot of these things are going to fail. So look, surprisingly, it hasn't rejected hard just yet. So maybe they're still having a little argument at the top here. Typically when you get these fake outs, you get a hard rejection, and you'll get that pop, and then they just send it quite hard. We haven't seen that yet. Okay, so let's see how that plays out. Ray's going to keep us posted there. Okay, so Stacks is cooking. 𝗬𝗬𝗕𝗓, you know what to do. You've got your levels here. You've got the plan. And let's see. If we hold that little retest there, I'm going to add to 𝗬𝗬𝗕𝗓 as we go. Okay, so 𝗬𝗬𝗕𝗓 is now moving for me. And my current stop is 319, so no changes there. And that new level for us is going to be around about that 330 level, 335 level. And that is going to be somewhere just up there. Okay, so we're going to watch that one closely. You want to see Tower hold that area. That is obviously going to be key for you guys. Okay, stacks, you've got your levels. You know what to do. Now this one, I've been waiting for this one for 2 or 3 days. This is 𝗬𝗓, okay? And we might get this opportunity still. Let's not lose hope, okay? Let's not think this thing is now going to run without us. And I like to consider these areas as big magnets, okay? I really use these as big magnetic zones here for 𝗬𝗓. So I'm remaining patient on this one. 93 to 91 for me on 𝗬𝗓. That is still my hot zone. There were so many levels of confluence in this area. It just couldn't be ignored. I mean, we even had Easy Algo giving us monthly pivots there. We had weekly pivot there and support as well. We had the 100-day MA, the 50-day MA, the trend. It's basically like an iron wall here for 𝗬𝗓. So if you are trading spot on 𝗬𝗓, this is no issue for you. Your exit zone here is 90.8. If you close under 90.8, 90.80, then this is most likely invalidated. So right now you've got major support here. If you're trading high leverage, look, you ideally want to be greedy with your entries. And right now, this is not the entry I would look at. So we are about 8% down. You know, we need to travel 8% lower to get a nice little leverage entry. But if you're trading spot, no real issues here. Exit under 90.8. That should be okay for you. But if 𝗬𝗓 keeps pushing here, we're looking at 105, we're looking at 113. These are great areas that you want to be looking for TPs and things like that. Make sure if you do get a pump here this weekend, you take something off the table and you just protect yourselves. Okay. And this Phantom update. So I had a horror story with Phantom. Let's see how we go. Oh, we're at resistance now for Phantom. Okay. So this was the original plan yesterday. So we were looking at adding to the position here on the 382. And last night I had quite a big Phantom position. Okay. And what they did, they came and they wicked half of my position out in the dead of the night while I was sleeping with this wick over here. Okay, so when I went to bed last night, I said I didn't want to wake up with these Asians rinsing me out while I was sleeping. So I put a stop to this area for half my position, okay, just in case they wanted to come and play games with me. And then what did they do? They wicked me out half of the position. Now they sent it back. So I've subsequently now added a little bit to that Phantom position. And now this thing is cruising. Now this is a typical move that these guys play. And that is a little strategy that I was explaining to the Sniper Club guys today. And obviously, if you have this strategy, when it goes against you, your downside is obviously a lot bigger. But for now, the system that I tend to employ is I don't like to hard stop massive areas. I like to ladder out of these stops just in case they do these type of tricks and these type of games. So maybe it's a strategy you might want to look at, especially in the bull market. If things are bullish, you know, they tend to do a lot of stop hunts there and then they send it higher. And I was saying earlier, there's nothing worse than having a hard stop under a level and waking up 2 hours later and they've sent this thing 10% and they've taken your bags. And, you know, that is exactly what I wanted to avoid. So I stayed in the game on Phantom, but that position was, I mean, it was around about $60,000. Now it is $39,000. Okay, so I've lost a bit of that position. Unfortunate, you can see it is climbing higher now. And yeah, we'll see how this plays out. But right now, Phantom is in our first reaction zone. So it is in our first resistance zone. And remember, these areas are typically zones where you start forming your trends. Okay, so look out for something like this. This is not off the table here. If Bitcoin rejects, we could easily just start getting this trend start playing out here for us. Okay, so that is still on the table here on a BTC rejection. Any more information here for us, sir?
It's consolidating at the top right there, and the poll is very interesting. I would really keep my eyes on the market next week. Do not fade the market next week.
Sell the news. That's the right thing to do, though. The right thing to do is sell the news. But we've got, there's a lot of news.
Where's Max Payne, buddy?
It's going to be going like that. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. I think we might see 70K next week. I think, yeah, I think it's on the table. Guys, if you want to trade BitGet, don't forget, Bybit, don't forget, there's a Cybertruck. Okay, sign up in the link here. You can win a Cybertruck. So that's why I'm trading on Bybit at the moment, trying to get some action here. And I want a piece of the Cybertruck. So if you want to, there's a link in the description. Grab that and see if you want to win a Cybertruck there with me. And what else have we got? Okay, so I saw some news on Matic. Now, Matic is the worst. Okay, I hate this thing. And I just thought, I don't know why people still talk about this thing. Maybe I'm missing something completely. completely. But this guy, Alex Clay, says it's a generational bottom for Matic. Well, Matic is generationally shit, in my opinion, as a trading token. I'm sure fundamentally it's absolutely beautiful. But he says 630 days, long channel accumulation, led to 20,000% returns. Okay, maybe he's onto something. Okay, remember, Matic is a layer 2 on ETH. ETH strength, maybe Matic wakes up. But if we look at the statistics over the last couple of years, Matic has underperformed everything. Okay, it's like a dog. It's an absolute dog. Okay, if you like dogs, okay, if you like dogs, if you want to trade the dog, okay, let's just say, I actually saw this guy's comment and I thought, okay, let me just do a clean chart here. Let's give everyone an unbiased perspective as to what is going on with Matic. You guys, I'm going to give you the information and you do with this information what you will. Okay, who knows? You know, one day I could go down in history as the man that got a Matic long. Let's see. Let's see what
Celestia, XRP, or Cardano. We should put those 4 in a portfolio.
Okay, what do we have? Okay, this could honestly be. This could be a guard mode entry for Matic. Okay, fuck it. This could be a guard mode entry for Matic. Okay, 0.51. Okay, you've got a 382 reaction on that pullback. You've got an ETH ETF around the corner. You might have some pumpage here. That might create a new level of support to come back and retest. So if we do get a reversal on ETH like I was planning, you know, we might, and we get some pumpage here, maybe it creates a new level. Okay, what I can give you here is a major weekly level that has now been reclaimed on Matic. Okay. Anything down to 0.5. Okay, watch this. 0.5. This is a major weekly level. Okay, this could be something. Okay, it's lost the 50-day MA, it's lost the 100-day MA, it's lost the 200-day MA. Now, what does it take to get there? Let's just see the size of the move. 200-day is a 50% move. 100-day is 24. 50-day is reasonable, 13%. Okay, so Matic, if you like this thing, major weekly support. Okay, other than that, everything outperforms Matic. I think even XRP outperforms Matic. Even fucking Litecoin outperforms Matic. What else? What's the other shittest coin in history?
Celestia?
No, bro, not Celestia. Jeez, I hate Celestia. Wow. I mean, I'm sure fundamentally it's lovely. Okay, so here was another one for you guys. So this we were looking at yesterday with the legend. He was on the show. He gave you guys this entry for Link. He actually gave you this exact level here. And look at this reaction on the 382 at 13.22. Now, what are we looking at for Link? Number one, we've got resistance coming, 14.56. Okay, 14.56, that is hot. And that is going to be a big resistance zone for you. Remember what we saw on Aave. This is the exact opposite of Aave. We are pushing into 100-day and 50-day MA. Look out for a rejection there. Aave is trying to drop onto that. We also saw something like Lido reject from the 50-day, from the 100-day MA. So watch out. Okay, that is a big resistance area. But if we crack that, the 200-day MA comes quickly for Link, in my opinion. So 16.27 is going to be your upside target. Now, what do you do if you've missed it? Well, this is what you do, okay? Remember the types of entries you get, okay? You get the entries you get like last night and this morning when you're scared, you don't want to trade, you hate crypto, and I'm saying to you guys, this is a big horizontal. This is an area where we are looking for a bounce, okay? Listen when I tell you that is the area we are looking for a bounce. If you don't want to take that entry, then you sit back and wait, okay? Then you get your next option. Your next option is, Bitcoin Cash. That is a shit coin. Then Ethereum Classic as well, but that thing might run on ETH actually. Okay. Then your secondary trade is always going to be the breakouts. Okay, these are the secondary movers. So if you are grabbing these areas in the hot zones, you are ahead of the game. And again, you don't have to ape your whole bag down here. This is the area where you fish. Okay, you just nibble around in these areas. You see if you get a response, and then you are ahead of the curve. When you get that trend break, you are ahead of the game, and you are ahead of the guy that now is trying to trade the actual trend break. And the first thing you do when you get that trend break is you bang your stop under one of these support candles here. Let's look at this 15 minutes. Okay, so for this example, I mean, Link is now absolutely sending, but we should be able to grab something here. What I would suggest here on this example, you got this trend break. Your options are, okay, the minute that candle comes back there, you're going to look for supports under these candles as these things start taking off. and then you can determine where your stops are going to be. So generally the low is always your best stop, okay? But the degen traders out there, I know what you guys are doing, okay? And your trades can't sustain moving down to 13.3. You're going to get absolutely rinsed. So you need to identify a couple of other bullish support zones. So the first thing you do on that breakout is you'll bang a stop under one of the breakout candles. That is generally a good start for you. And then you want to see this thing obviously hold on any retests. Then your next move is you're pulling out your fibs once the thing starts running, and then you start tying in. Where's my support? Where's my breakout candles? Where's my support levels with confluence with some of these fibs? And then you're going to ride this thing up. And you can use these fibs as your support markers all the way up. So as you go, okay, you're going to keep dragging your fib higher and higher and higher, and you're going to look for these tie-ins in all these areas here, and that gives you your support markers, and that gives you your add-on zones and things like that. Or if you're looking for an entry, that is what you're waiting for. Now look here, Link is sitting at a resistance band currently. Okay, so we could be now moving into our next zone. Okay, so in a typical situation like this, you tend to get some kind of rejection. Okay, we're going to see how Bitcoin is going to behave now in the next couple of minutes. But you tend to get some kind of rejection there. If Link does just decide to absolutely send, your next target is actually going to be 14.22. Okay, that is what you're going to be watching. That is this horizontal, a little bit higher here for us. So that is your first horizontal on the 15 minutes. Okay, so you're going to look for a reaction there. And if this thing absolutely sends now, you can bang a stop under this candle. Okay, there you go. 13.95. Okay, so that is an area you can work with. 13.95. But guys, 15-minute candles, this is absolute degen stuff. And, you know, if you want to play this game, you got to understand you can get pinged out here a ton of the time and these things start running away from you. That is why I spend so much time focusing on these hot zones and the big areas, because the big areas are where your best trades are going to start. And that is where they're going to start forming. So, yeah, Link 13.95, you can use that as support. Okay, if Bitcoin rejects at any one moment, this thing is coming back though. Okay, it's going to rinse this out. I would say watch 13.75. That is your big zone that you're going to be watching. Oh, it's pumping. Okay, let's hope this thing holds, guys. Watch out at 14.22. That is potentially your upside target for this move on the 15-minute candle. At some point, you're going to get that rejection. Okay, and then you're going to look for your next potential bounce area. At some point, you're going to get that. Okay, so just look out for it. Don't be surprised if it does reverse on one of these areas. You want to really be looking on weakness onto a nice little support band. That is where it's going to be for you. And then the last one, Injective. There's news on Injective again. Okay, so Injective, they like to float their own boat here. They like to talk their big game. And they're introducing INJ, the Injective Staking Exchange Traded Product. Okay, so more staking on Injective. This guy, Donna, is saying Injective is the new Luna. Hopefully it's not the new Luna fundamentally, but I think the chart, okay, is a good example of what he's given us here. Okay, so this could be something that plays out, and that would mean Injective has a little bit of upside. So here we go. Injective is now cracking our horizontal from yesterday. So we're printing a new high currently. So that is a great start here for Injective traders. And I'm still long in Injective at the moment, and my short is probably been stopped out now, my head short. So we're going to see how that plays out. For me, with this move now, I'm going to put a stop under this candle here on Injective. So you can see we've got a nice pin bar candle pushing up, and 25.59 for me. That is now support that I'm going to be using on Injective. I'm going to be watching that nice little pin bar. And let's see, if we start clearing this area, we should start heading to this TP zone that we've highlighted here previously. So we're going to just be watching for 30, okay? 30 to 31, that's our 200-day moving average. That's a big zone here for us. Don't be surprised if there's a rejection there as well. Okay, so right now you can use 25.53. And then still lower down, obviously the big one for me has got to be this 23.5. So let's just put our fibs there so you guys can see. Okay, 23.5 to 23.2. Okay, that is your big support. Okay, that you're going to be watching. That's your flush out level and things like that you're going to be paying attention to. Success Tech says, kiss my 618. I think he was watching yesterday. He obviously knows. He obviously knows what we were getting up to yesterday. Okay, where are we with BTC here? Oh, we're squeezing. Okay, let's send this thing higher. We actually need the crypto prayers here. Great, let's just get this out. I think this is critical, actually.
三凤凰怎么能要开富，别富俺家将亲，一阵黄蜂么三个浪，学个好怎么是三呀万。
It's the weekend prayers. Send us to Valhalla, take us home, make us some money. You know what to do. Okay, so we got a nice squeeze there on BTC. You want to watch this as your support now, 66K. Okay, watch 66K as your support. Ray, let's send this thing, right? I want to come back on Sunday for my show with BTC at 72. That would be nice. That would be pleasant. Okay, guys, enjoy that, Ray. I hope you're long and strong there, bro. Send it, baby. Send it, send it. Okay, guys, there he is. There he is. He's long and strong. Okay, guys, good luck, everybody. Just be safe. Okay, you got your big levels. Always, when things start falling over, always revert to your big zones. Okay, you can get caught up in these candles very quickly, very easily, and then it starts falling over. First thing you do, zoom out. Okay, where's my big levels? Get rational, get level-headed, play it accordingly. Don't over-leverage these things at the top and stuff like that, really. Patience really does pay out for you, and it really does literally pay. Okay, that's enough from me. I'm back on Sunday. I'll see you guys.